Great. All right. Thanks for joining me today for yoga on this cold Thursday, Pilates yoga. Let's take a big inhale up. Exhale down. Big inhale up. Exhale down. One more time. And on our next exhale, we're just going to melt all the way down, slow roll down, all the way down onto the floor. Coming to lay on our back to start our Pilates series. Let's start with a pelvic tilt to warm up. So you're going to big inhale, open the chest, let that tailbone rotate down toward the mat. Big exhale, push the belly button down to the spine, push the spine down to the mat. Inhale, expansion. Exhale, press. Inhale, big breath. Exhale, press. Do that a few more times at your own pace. Inhale, exhale. One more time. Exhale. Nice. Let's go ahead and lift the tailbone all the way up off the mat and roll down through the spine. Big open up. Exhale, compress, roll that tailbone up off the mat, rolling through the spine. Inhale here, exhale. Inhale, tuck that tailbone underneath you. Exhale, lift all the way up. Inhale at the top, exhale, roll down. One more time through that whole movement. Inhale, open. Exhale, press to lift that tailbone. Inhale at the top and roll it back down. Nice. Rock those knees side to side. Extend the legs. You can take your thumbs and tuck them underneath you. We're going to do first position leg raises. So engage that core, press the belly button down to the spine, especially with your legs extended. The spine is not pressed down to the mat. We have a nice gentle curve of that spine, and we're going to lift and lower. Nice. Big lift, big lower. Inhaling up, exhaling down, engaging those lower abs to slowly control that down. Nice job. Exhale. Let's slowly rise up for 1, 2, 3, quick down, up, 1, 2, 3, quick down, up, 1, 2, 3, quick down, up, 1, 2, 3, quick down, other direction, up, down, 2, 3, and up, down, 2, 3. Still trying to use muscles to lift yourself up rather than momentum. Don't let that tailbone lift up off the mat. You're still using that core to lift those legs up, down, 2, 3, up, down, 2, 3. Last one, down, 2, 3. Nice job. Hug the knees, rock side to side. Let's get into another variation of that. So we're going to be doing a scissors variation, but we're going to start with those feet in first position again. So we're rotating at the hips, and we're going to scissor here, keeping those legs open, seeing how that changes the work in these scissors. You can lift your head and shoulders up off the mat. For now, we have our palms on the mat. Nice. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug the knees. And let's go into our traditional scissors. This time our legs start up. Our legs are straight in our hip sockets. We're gonna grab onto that top leg, pull, switch, pull. So on this pull, we're gonna rise up. We are gonna use the leverage of our arms a little bit, but really try to use your core on that rise up. Beautiful job. Love it. Nice straight legs. Good hover on that opposite leg. Great job. With that pull and lift. Pull and lift. Keeping the head and shoulders up off the mat the whole time if you can. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug the knees. Nice job. Let's roll over into our plank variation. So we're going to come up on our hands. That plank can be on the knees or on the toes. We're going to roll side to side. So from the center plank to the side plank. If you're on your knees, you're going to open up here. If you're on your toes, you're going to open up here. So let's just start with that gentle roll side to side. We're not moving fast. We don't want to risk any injury to our shoulders with a fast movement. So you can stay here with just this side to side plank to the center, or you can lift and kick with that bottom leg. When you come onto a side, lift and kick with that bottom leg. Kick that bottom leg out, trying to hover it above the mat. I'm working toward the front so you can see what my feet are doing. Nice. Beautiful job. That lift and kick is optional. You can just stick with a roll side to side with that plank. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's hold the center plank for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll side, hold here. You can be in your side plank or you can kick and hold that leg. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Center. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Center. Last one. Last hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming down to those knees, come into a child's pose. Fingers are spread, pushing back, getting a little stretch through the shoulders and through the hips. Nice job. Coming to lie on our side, we're going to do some inner thigh work here. So you will probably want to have your arm extended, head on top of your arm as a pillow. Top leg crossed over, that foot is in front. Hips are straight up and down, top hip almost slightly to the front. And we're going to flex that extended leg, lift, lift, lift. So again, that top hip, you really want to be working here to have those hips parallel to the wall. Extended foot is flexed. We're lifting that leg for some inner thigh work. It should be starting to kick in about right now. Nice, keep it going for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift and pulse, pulse, pulse. So keeping it high up above the mat, as high as you can get it. Pulse, pulse, pulse. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Extend the other leg. You can keep your head down, or you can support your head with your hands. We're just going to do a double leg lift now. Lift, lift. That front hand can be on the mat for stability. Hips are straight up and down. Lift, lift. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold up here and pulse, pulse, pulse. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Lots of hard work going on there. Let's roll to the other side. We'll get started with that inner thigh lift. Arm extended, head using it as a pull. Okay, I do not know why this is having so much trouble. I apologize. Hopefully I'll stay connected. Coming to the other side, plant that foot, flex the extended leg, lift, lift, lift. Nice range of motion here. Keeping that leg lifted, lifted. Beautiful job. Should start to kick in just about now. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep that leg lifted and pulse, pulse, pulse super high up off the mat for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set it down. Extend the other leg to stack. Use your hand to prop up your head. You can have your top hand on your hip or on the floor for stability as we lift both of those legs up off the mat. Feel your core engage. Feel those obliques lifting those legs up. Lift, beautiful. Keep it going, nice height. Love it. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep those legs up there, keep them up and pulse, pulse, pulse. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job. Let's sit up. We're going to come into a boat. So we've got a lot of options here. Level 1 is just hands behind you, fingertips facing toward those toes, feet on the mat. We're going to do touchdowns. So if you're here, you're just going to alternate lifting a foot. You're trying to hold onto this core, keep a nice straight back. Level 2, lift those legs up off the mat. Continue using your hands for support. Level 3, extend those hands. So choose your level. We're gonna tap, 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 and tap. Tap, 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 and tap. Nice job. Holding on to that core through this dynamic movement, keeping a good straight spine through this dynamic movement. Nice job. Tap, 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 tap for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a rest. Let me just make sure my settings are okay because it looked like maybe I was on mute. I don't think I'm on mute. So you can, I think, react with an emoji like a thumbs down if you can't hear me or anything. So let's come into our boat hold. Choose your level. You could choose up to level 3 or through level 4 with those legs extended. Nice straight spine, nice lot of support here in this lower core for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's come up to kneeling. We're gonna do our candlestick dippers here. So one leg, knee right underneath you, heel right behind you, other leg extended. We're gonna stay straight right up above this knee. We're not gonna open out here into a V. The foot is flat on the mat, toes are pointing forward, arms extended, get those shoulders down away from the ears. And we're going to reach toward this knee, reach. Nice. So this is a little bit of a stretch, a little bit of an orientation. Feel how your obliques are working. Feel yourself reach over and then lift up, up, up. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Reaching to the other side, reaching to tap the mat next to this bent knee. And again, feel that work happening. Feel a little bit of a stretch on that extended leg, but also feel your core working hard to lift you back up to upright. If this is working for you, stay here. If you want a little more challenge, arms overhead. Those arms act as a weight. You don't have that anchor of tapping down to the mat. Thinking about a lot of spinal elongation. Don't let that lower spine compress. You're reaching over and you're reaching up, over and up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's hold it out here for 4, 3, 2, 1, and lift. Switching to the other side, knee, hip in line, foot straight behind you, other leg extended. Starting with those extended arms, we're gonna do the little warm-up version where we're reaching toward that extended leg. Feel your rib cage going up and over. So up and over, nice. Over, over, over before you tilt down for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Other side, starting with those arms extended, tap and up. Tap and up, and really reaching with those fingertips as far to the side as you can. You want a little bit of destabilization in your balance because that means that your muscles are working to get you back to equilibrium. Now, if you'd like, you can extend those arms up to be a weight. for 8. Thinking about that length that you had before. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift up. Let's finish our Pilates by doing some lower back work. We're going to come down to the mat for our swimming. So starting with arms extended, you can have your chin or your forehead down on the mat. We're going to start by kicking those legs. Upper body is resting. Legs are straight, knees lifted up off the mat. Kick, kick, kick. All right, let's kick over, under, over, under. Over, under, over, under. Nice. Keeping those legs raised above the mat. This, when your legs come under, or when one leg comes under, that kind of forces you to keep that leg lifted really high so you don't touch the mat. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Tops of the feet planted on the mat. Anchor your hip bones on the mat and lift head and chest up off the mat, swimming here. Swimming here. Nice neutral head, not neck craned, not dropped. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Rock the hips side to side. And let's bring those movements together. Your choice, whether you want to kick those feet, which is a little bit easier because then you're doing the same thing as your arms, or if you want to do that over, under with your feet, which is kind of a pat your head, rub your tummy situation with the arms. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Push back into that child's pose. Big toes together, knees apart. Extend the arms. Feel a good stretch in that lower back. Press back to hands and knees. Tuck those toes under. Straighten the legs. Walk your hands back to your feet. Slowly roll up to standing, 1 vertebra at a time, so that we can get ready for our yoga series. Let's set our Tadasana, our mountain pose, feet under hips. Lift that rib cage up. Roll the shoulder blades down the back. Open the palms to the center. Lift the chin to level your head, so back of the head is perfectly balanced over the back of the spine. You can close your eyes. We'll take 2 breaths here. Open your eyes and let's start our sun salutation. Inhale those arms up. Exhale, swan dive to a fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Grab a yoga toe hold. Or you can rest your hands on your shins or ankles. Just trying to straighten those knees. Getting a nice stretch here along our lower back and our hamstrings and our calves. One more breath here. Let go of those toes. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plank. Step or jump to a plank. Big inhale. Chaturanga, you can drop to your knees or you can stay on your toes. Hug those elbows against the rib cage. Float up to an up dog, protecting your lower back with your core so that your spine is not collapsing. Press back to a down dog. Roll through your shoulders to drop your head further. Again, a nice stretch on the back of those legs. Letting your heels float down toward the mat. Inhale that right leg up. And we're going to start with some lizard pose today. So exhale it to step outside of the right hand to the edge of your mat. Top of the head is reaching forward. That heel is pressing behind you. You can also drop to the knee. Beautiful job. Trying to relax into this pose. Get a nice stretch here. Still strong and lifted through the shoulders. Head is still reaching forward. And let's walk that foot in between the hands. Plant the left hand next to it and open up that right hand up to the sky for a twist. Nice spinal twist. Still trying to relax into the stretch here along that right hamstring and that right hip. Set that palm down. Step the right foot back into the plank. Big inhale. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Inhale that left leg up. Exhale, step it to the outside of the left foot on the outside edge of that mat. Top of the head reaching forward, right heel pushing back. Strong through the shoulders, not collapsing here. Relaxing into the stretch. We worked those inner thighs in our Pilates series, so let's let them enjoy their little stretch here. Now walk that left foot in between the hands. Plant the right hand next to it. Open the left arm up to the sky for a twist. Opening those shoulders to be parallel with the wall, using the lower shoulder to rotate the upper shoulder even more. Nice hip stretch here. And back to the mat. Step the right foot back into our plank. Come through our vinyasa. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Let's come down to a child's pose for a couple of breaths before we start our warrior series. Toes together, knees apart. Extend those hands in front of you, pressing back through those hips. One more breath. Press back to your down dog. Inhale that right leg up. This time, step it between the palms. Rotate the left foot down to the mat, rising up into our warrior one. Shoulders away from the ears. Hips facing forward. Pressing the outside edge of that left foot into the mat. Inhale, palms to heart center. Exhale to warrior two. Open those hips to the side wall. Big inhale, and on the exhale, trying to float down toward the mat. Strong front knee, not collapsing inward. Flip the front palm up and reach that arm to the sky for your peaceful warrior. Hands either above or below the knee, backhand. And exhale to your extended side angle, tucking that elbow into the knee, trying to float down toward the mat again. Palms down, stepping back to your plank. Inhale to our chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Lift that left leg in the air. Step it between the palms. Warrior one. Pressing the outside edge of the right foot to the mat. Keeping the hips rotated to the front. Inhale, palms to heart center. Exhale to warrior two. Opening the hips. Floating down toward the mat. Flip that front hand. Reaching back to our peaceful warrior. Gaze up at the top hand. Nice big stretch here along the side of the body. And exhale to your extended side angle. Really opening up those shoulders to the wall in front of you, floating down toward the mat. Palms to the mat one more time. Step back to the plank. Big inhale, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Let's step the feet up to the hands and slowly roll up one vertebra at a time. Head last, roll your shoulders behind you. Open up those palms for your Tadasana. Okay, for our balance today, we're gonna do our airplane to warrior three series. So you can start with hands on hips if you'd like, or hands by your side, palms facing to the back. Lift up all the toes on your right foot. Anchor all the points of that foot down to the mat. Start to shift your weight to the right. And we're going to just hinge at the hip to come into this airplane pose. Trying to keep the hips square down to the mat. This top hip really wants to open up. And if you're comfortable here, you can extend your arms for the full warrior three. Gaze is neutral, don't drop your head. One more breath. And bring those arms back to an airplane. Stand back up, nice. You can rock your hips side to side. Get ready for the other side. Set your shoulders, nice open chest. Lift up all the toes of that left foot and set them down. Feel all those points of contact and start to hinge at the hip. You can keep it here in airplane. Or extend those arms to your warrior three. Holding here for 4 breaths. Okay, last breath. Bring those hands back to an airplane and hinge back to standing. Great. Rock those hips side to side. You can roll your feet. Take the tension out of your ankles. Let's come to our Trikanasana, our triangle pose. One foot is facing to the front, other foot facing to the side. Take your hips, square them to the front, arms extended, reaching over. This is like what we did on our knees with our candlestick dipper, reaching over till you can't anymore, and then letting that hand drop down. We are keeping those shoulders open, gaze up at the top hand. Now you can stay here in this triangle, or if you'd like to practice the bind, bend this knee, coming back to extended side angle, reach the bottom hand through, reach the top hand over, and try to catch those fingers. Clasp those fingers together, trying to keep the shoulders open. And unbind yourself, come back to your triangle, straighten the leg, gaze up at the sky, lift up with this hand, switch your feet, and let's reach over to the other side. Just starting with a little hold here on this triangle. Hips open, gaze at the top hand. And if you'd like to come into your bind, bend that knee, reach the hands through, trying to clasp the fingers together. Nice. Extend back to your triangle, straighten the leg, extend those arms, and lift up, 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 up. With this hand, walk your feet back together. Shake it out. Let's come down to the mat for our resting half pigeon. So we'll come through our vinyasa, inhale up, exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Step or jump back to a plank. Bend those elbows down. Up dog. Down dog. Lift that right leg in the air, bend the knee and open the hip. Start our hip opener here with some three-legged dog. Looking at that right heel underneath your left arm. Twist is at the waist. Your hips are still trying to be square to the mat. And let's bring that knee in between the hands. Set down the back left leg. Reach that spine forward, forward, forward. You can reach your hands forward, or you can use your arms, your hands as a pillow for your forehead. Rock your hips a little until you feel them balanced and square to the mat, giving you a good stretch on that right hip. You can walk the left toes back a little if you need to. On your exhales, try to let go of the tension you're holding in your muscles and let gravity lengthen those muscle fibers. Start to untangle them. Palms to the mat. Lifting head and shoulders up, tuck the back toes under. We're gonna come into a crescent lunge. So set that right foot down between the hands, hips, feet are hip distance apart, rising up into our crescent lunge, pressing back with that left heel. Nice, straight up from those hips, not hinging forward there. Beautiful job. Bring the palms back to the mat, step the right foot back into our down dog. This time lift the left foot in the air, bend the knee, check out that heel behind you. Starting our stretch here. And on an exhale, set that knee in between the hands, coming down into our resting half pigeon. Trying to let your upper body rest on the thigh, rock your hips a little bit to find that perfect equilibrium. You can walk the right foot back a little bit if you need to. Put your palms underneath your shoulders. Wish we had more time for that one, but we are running late. Toes tucked under. Set that left foot down between the hands, rising up to our crescent lunge. Nice, pushing the right heel back, engaging the core for a nice straight spine, head and shoulders straight up to the sky. Those open hips should really be helping you get deep into this pose. Set the palms down on the mat. Step the right foot back to a plank. Last time, inhale, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. And let's step all the way through for Arsavasana, which unfortunately will be very brief. Laying down, resting your head on the mat. Tuck your shoulder blades to open your chest, palms to the sky. Big inhale, and as you exhale, just feel yourself sink down into the floor. Every part of you is supported by the earth. And roll over onto one side, using your arm as a pillow. Tuck your knees and your feet in the fetal position. Push yourself up to sitting, keeping your eyes closed if you're comfortable with that. Hands palm down on the knees. Gently press, hands slightly above the knee on your thigh. Gently press down on your hands to lift your spine up high. Pressing down with your shoulders. Give a little more pressure there. Feel how long your spine and your neck feel. Inhale, palms to heart center. Exhale them to the center of your forehead. One more big inhale, and if you'd like, you can join me in a bow. Namaste. Thanks for joining today. Sorry about the technical difficulties, but I appreciate you sticking through it.